your heroes.
Standard jug. I don't like jug here. I don't like jug into. I don't like jug into.
Yep.
Both of these heroes do make your life harder. Legion with the.
You don't want to know.
I'm a happy guy. LGD. Why?
Sure. Yeah.
Because Wind Ranger is really good against Razor, and Sven, once you get 2 or 3 items, you're really good against Razor, but before that, you're not as good. But from what I've seen from Ehome so far, they're not very good at building a great early lead, so I'm not very concerned.
It is dpc.pwesports.c/fun. You're welcome. And thank you very much for throwing it over to us.
Taking you away for game 2.
All right, we're going. I'll see you later.
Prepare for
All right, this way. I'm going.
Okay. Let's get it going. Draft-wise, not the biggest fan of Juggernaut. Not sure why they picked the Solar into the draft. It's not great against Sven. It's not great against Wind Ranger. It's not great against Legion Commander. And it's not even that good against DP. Why did they pick it?
Comfort?
Even the Tidehunter pick early on, as the panel kind of mentioned before, into DP Legion Commander, that's a risky Tidehunter pick.
Yeah, what is that going to provide for you?
It's tough. I mean, sure, it's a 5 DP, but even the 5 DP with the Spirit Siphon is really good against Tidehunter.
It's honestly kind of crazy how much the 5 DP ends up doing.
If you get some sort of a good game, maybe a fast hood, or some Solar Crash, maybe Yules, you can dish out a ton of damage, good silences. I'm a little bit afraid for Ehome here. Early game should be fine, but mid-late game is going to be very difficult. If it even gets there. Today has been so fast.
Jinq, I'm looking at him to see how much his movements are going to affect this game. Potentially shackles or arrows coming through.
Begins.
Have to be careful here. Yeah, they don't want to fight the rune. Could have potentially snatched one with a Sven stun. Choosing to play conservatively.
Hold on to that, Matt.
I mean, you know my opinion about Fortnite much.
There was a point where it was really popular in China. Like every game, IG was playing, Kaka was on it, Jinq was on it quite a bit, but his hero pool is very mixed. So you really won't see him on the same hero twice in a series more often than not.
There was also a different mirror where the stun of the arrow was much higher. And I believe even the bonus damage was higher too. I'm not entirely sure on that, but currently getting beaten up by X-Nova.
I guess becomes what the movements will be if the movements get out there.
I want to see how comfortable XM is on his Razor. So far, he has not used Static Link at all. It's the second wave already.
And you're using it more so to just make the CS harder to get, right?
Exactly. And he currently has 3. Wind Ranger already sitting at 4.
Denied!
Not the biggest deal, of course, to earn to the game, but this is not something we're going to see.
It's a good deny on the range creep,
That was a very good deny, yeah. Paired it, baited him to do a power shot.
Pretty quiet over mid, yeah, no static links, nothing really coming through in what we thought maybe we'd see from XM on this Razor, because you need to put the pressure on. Nothing to say if you get a decent lane on this Windrunner, you can see him move around the map and really open up the rest.
I'm very afraid for this Razor, to be honest, this game. Like, if he doesn't pop off from the very beginning, Wind Ranger is about as hard of a counter as it possibly can be.
There's the static lane, but really only 10 damage difference.
Yeah, this is level 2 lane.
Yeah.
But still 10 still equals to 20. And it's quite a lot, especially when you just want to be the last hidden creeps.
Think quiet
I think not.
overall.
Yep, just farming away.
XM, he's got 2 denies. He's only got 8 CS. He's starting to fall behind. Nothing to say. Bottom lane that we're looking at right now, Q as well as Faith Beyond. Faith Beyond, always the anchor for his team. Someone you can really 85–90% of the time rely on to have a decent lane to give you something from the off lane.
Yep. As you said, they've been very reliant on them in the past. And it's no different this game also. He's the guy that initiates first. He's also the guy that saves you. So he has a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders, but he's no stranger to that. One of the few TI winners we have.
Time 25.
The prize is mine.
And they're already leading 1K in 3 minutes.
And the lanes are just going that well. Like we've seen this before from LGD taking over and making these lanes difficult for their opponents. You got Sylar, who's only sitting 12-0 to the Sven's 18-3, and Chalice as well as Fate are having a tough time up here top.
I gotta admit, like, this Juggernaut is very hard to lane into a Legion commander. You can see here why. Constant Harris. It can work if you have like a Lich as a lane partner, where you can really kill the LC over and over again. But with a slow hero like Elder Titan, very unlikely to happen. Stealing the bounty rune away from the Shaman. Well, now might be in trouble.
Weird Siphon, nothing to say. Not going to continue to commit to that.
He's good. XM. Taking Water Rune.
I'm going to say he's not going to have it.
Elder
Bottom
Titan's
one
trying to do the
gets
other
picked
one.
up. So he won't have that Water Rune to work with.
He just did that out of spite because he took his bounty rune. He's like, ah.
Quiet early on. I've said that already, but we can just see that we haven't gotten first blood 4.5 minutes in.
Nothing for you.
And we're seeing some aggression, but no like commitment. Like Spirit Siphons from a 5 position on a support, you're not getting like the big commits yet.
The other thing is they don't really have good killing heroes on Dia until they get some levels and items.
Yeah.
But they're certainly very strong laning heroes, and they're showing that off very nicely here. All 3 costs at the top.
Yeah,
even the 2 supports also ahead of the counterparts.
They're not too upset about this.
No. Like a slow early game, I would say benefits the team that has a better mid-lane game anyways.
Are taking a lot of damage. GQ coming over. This might be first one of the jug, and GQ gets it.
Arrow as well.
It was ours all along.
Nova takes some damage, but he won't fall. They just chased him down.
Yeah. I mean, he's feeling terrible here. Legion Commander has 800 Nemp ahead of him. They don't have like any sort of Magnus or anything to make him help recover. The offlane is a little bit more greedy. Yeah, they drafted themselves into this corner. Usually, their drafts have been one of the strong points with QQQ.
And that was the big change from Season 1 to Season 2, was picking up QQQ.
This game a little bit different. Checkle on the Svendo, he has a big stick, so he should be fine.
And again, 1 kill, 2K lead. And they might even get one more on Tex Nova, and they will. GQ now has 2 kills. TP from Razor. GQ with one more leap, and he'll walk away, but will he survive? XM is so fast under the tower.
I scored
and just
your
runs him
name
down with that
in the
haste
Book
ring.
of the Dead.
At least he got something done. That's not the most impactful kill you could ever get.
Not really, yeah.
But, you know something, he also takes away the bounty rune. So
Gold
stuff,
is a
man.
great conductor.
trying what he can to get the team on the board.
You got the kill with the guy who had both kills so far. So I guess it is worth, in a way. Especially because you had the haste, you can just come back to lane very quickly. field. Q again.
No storm.
For the hunt.
There it is.
For the sweep, throws an arrow at the big creep before he dies. Shackles are there. They'll get their second. They'll double up on their kill count.
Discharge
Also
your
going to
soul.
XF. So we're looking at the Razor here to be potentially the guy to break open the game for Ehome.
Sharing that top of the net worth spot with the Sven.
Windranger now has the Javelin. This is where Razor's life gets a little bit more difficult. Even if you full drain her, there's still going to be a ton of damage coming out. And once it melts from hits, it just gets amplified even more. And then eventually the MKB... Razor just hates these kind of heroes like Windranger. That can kill you through statically. Which Sven
Radiant's
also
bottom
becomes later
tower
on.
is under attack.
LC, level 7.5. Juggernaut just reached 6. There's some... I've got to alleviate some of the pressure here from this Juggernaut.
I'm wondering when the duel is going to come out and on whom.
He's 1,000 levels behind the Sven already.
Yeah, it's
Radiant structures are
spiraling
fortified.
and there's nothing stopping up.
Regeneration.
The problem is the higher the levels go, the worse it is for Juggernaut, really. There's not a lane where, yeah, once I'm 6, it's gonna be all good. No, that's not how it is on this lane. Arrow top, just to clear the catapult down.
Always value.
Always value. And if it hits the Tide Hunter, potentially you can kill him.
Yeah.
Throw it out, why not? Mom picked up on the Sven already.
I want to say it was it someone here who said it? Always aim your arrows at a target, whether or not it's a hero or a creep. Like, you want to always have that consolation. You don't want to throw an open area in a lane like that. You want to make sure if it's going and the hero avoids it, it's going to hit a creep as well.
Yeah, best case scenario. Of course, we don't always have these. And some cores get pretty triggered if you aim at a range. Miss the hero. Very fast.
Static link, Omni Slash, all used here. Trying to get the kill to Fate behind. He's still on the run.
He's super fast right now.
Plasma field though.
Radiant's
Should put him low enough to get the kill.
See you.
3-man silence just wasn't enough.
That's once more a lot of resources committed though. 4 heroes for a Legion Commander. That now means Windranger stay in the bounty room. They got their own bounty room.
I accept this offer.
I'm never really a big fan of rotations that make you fall further behind in experience and net worth.
Right.
That usually means it was too much of a rotation.
The overcommittal.
Yeah. Unless it's really on a target that needs to die. Like this plan, I wouldn't mind at all. Windranger. Careful.
Hammer, Ravage, and now the sleep. This is a good bit of lockdown that will get them the kill. Now nothing to say, and they'll look over at Ehome. They finally have a TP coming in from the Mirana, but they have the hacks, they'll have the damage. They should be able to get the Shackle and Sleep Stomp. There it is.
Massive overcommittal this time from LGD.
Yeah.
Not sure why they thought they could just take down the Titan. Here's a
Dire's middle
hood.
tower
All you have is a
under
javelin,
attack.
which is magic damage. There's no way you're gonna kill this guy. Not sure what they were thinking. Feeling themselves a little too much.
Dire's
Giving away
structures
lives
are
like that,
fortified.
and potentially the tier 1 tower top would be certain.
Yeah, they have to
Radiant's
to our
bottom
land
tower is
already,
under
so
attack.
more likely than not
Dire's
they're just
top
gonna
tower
give this one
is
up.
under attack.
Wait for the
Tower.
bottom one. Yep. The Dota.
Now again.
Dire's
leaps.
top tower has fallen.
Fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They use the exorcism to get the
Radiant's
tower
bottom
over
tower
bottom, so they
has
do
fallen.
end up trading, or well, so far, trade is what we should be seeing.
Syla is still very poor,
Die,
but
Longer.
he's not very far behind the Windranger at least.
Yeah, he's keeping up with the win run. And then
Dire's top
Sven,
tower
though,
is
top of the
under
net worth
attack.
alone by 800 gold.
Yeah, the Razor's still having a very good game. He's going Yule Scepter first. We spoke about how the
Dire's
Windranger
top tower
is.
is under attack.
Okay, the Yule Scepter. Just Yules her up, and then the Windrun is gone. You have a chance to actually kill her. The item can also just save yourself, buy yourself some time.
Right.
Maybe cancel some Legion Commander duel or whatever. There's lots of good uses for Yules.
We really
Radiant's
haven't
middle
felt the
tower
pressure
is
from
under
the
attack.
Legion with that duel yet.
Yep, he has just been happily farming away. Has a medallion, almost his solar crest as well. So he's going for the full buff Legion. Gonna go for that chop in the 20 as well, probably.
Did you need the Solar Crest to be built by the Legion, though? Could it have been built on any of these two supports?
I would have liked it on the DP personally, and just that the LC kind of translates having this good early game into more of a strong mid game.
Right.
And we'll see what they can make happen with it. Because you could have had a blink deck and like half a blade man right now if you wanted to, or half a BKB.
Right now.
Yep. I mean, of course, it was fun at all. It just didn't have to be you. Because it also kind of takes away from the support. It's always going to have that item.
That's exact.
Maelstrom picked up here by Sylar. That'll be his
Dire
farming
are
item.
scanning.
See if they can make something happen. They have Ravage to work with again. The first one getting them a kill on the 1 and 2 up in the top lane. So if they could do that again, would certainly feel like they're in a deep spot overall in this game. But you can see again, even though they're down 5-2 and they had the first 2 kills, 5 unanswered kills.
You're on top again.
They're up 2k on LGD. They'll use the Ravage. They'll go for the TP out, and it's in time. Exorcism, Focus Fire, both committed for nothing.
Makes me wonder why they even Ravage, to be honest. They had no stuns after the Shackle. I think you just TP out, you're fine.
Maybe the
Radiant
damage
are
is too much
scanning.
for the Exorcism.
Radiant's top tower
I
is
mean,
under
Exorcism
attack.
hits you either way, right? I hit 1.5 health.
are
Well, whatever, bottom lane. Good to
Yes.
charm the world.
Ehome now trying to run, but your Splitter comes in, does so much damage with the help of XM and the rest. They've got both kills in this bottom lane. They are starting to slow down Ame's march towards staying at the top of the
Dire's
network.
bottom
Yeah.
tower is under
Razor,
attack.
in fact, should be overtaking him momentarily here after the tower. If they manage to get it. We have not really seen any sort of Legion Commander play yet at all. Which is also an item problem. Like, you're not itemizing for this blink.
Dire's middle tower
How are you
is under
gonna
attack.
get in?
Yeah. You've gone Solar Crest instead.
Like I've said at the beginning, he's the guy to initiate and to save people. He didn't build the initiation item at all. He's going for it next. It's going to be very late. You're going to tight on the kill top. This is very easy if you had a blink. Just can't set anything up.
No dual damage at all at this point. Now looking over at Chalice one more time, Spirit Siphon,
Dire's top
and
tower
let's
is under
just
attack.
TP out. Arrow not in time. Just TP.
Multiple times apparently. He's going straight into... He's going to have his Halberd first or Blink? I think it would be much better to go Blink first. Because again, you are the main initiator in your team. Every team needs one. Otherwise, make it around the map is way, way too difficult.
Play here from LGD. They need to get something. 7 unanswered kills now. Solar Crest and XM. Shackle doesn't connect. Duels up into the air. They've got the duel. They should have the damage for this one. And finally, the first duel victory comes in for Faith Beyond. They get the kill onto XM, who they desperately needed to shut down.
Yeah. Find there. The enemy jungle, Mirana, putting in a very deep ward here. Probably a Korea snipe ward, but it's super deep.
Well, they finally answer one back. Tide, Hood, Blink, going for the Heavens. Albert, like, there's a lot here from Chalice, and you just don't feel that pressure coming in from the Legion.
Anna again, Earth coming through.
Leap after the Earth
Radiant's
Splitter.
bottom tower is under attack.
And he's fine.
Forward, Shaft control doesn't connect. Press the attack, move the silence on it too. Sven's got strength. He wants us to come fight this.
He wants to finish his BKB first before
Dire's structures
taking any
are fortified.
fight here against the Ravage. He's 800 away. I do believe they're just gonna give up this power unless Ehome overcommits too heavily here.
Like they will. I think you gotta be careful of Chalice jumping forward.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, there it is. Jumping forward and press the attack on Anna. And that goes potentially a different way. if you're not right on the ball with that shackle.
Yeah.
You can see the way that he was posturing. It felt like he just wanted to make the jump to the LGD side and just wrap.
Yeah, but of course you don't want to ravage just for single Mirana.
Dire
Yeah.
are
Never work.
scanning.
Juggernaut is slowly catching back up, and Sven being Sven is still over 2,000 net worth ahead.
Farming.
I'm wondering if he's gonna go shard or not on Sven, just to be able to dispel the duels on the Razor, and it's sort of helping items as well.
Sven almost has 100 more CS than the Razor.
Yeah, I mean, Ehome is 0-0, but still quite comfortably at the top. Yes, Sven things.
Yeah, we're seeing this Sven a lot in the Chinese region.
Yeah. I told you I'm not the biggest fan of Sven, but they picked the Juggernaut into the Sven, which is actually a pretty good Sven matchup. This game he should be very happy with what he's got.
Bounty.
Yeah, this is the we need one more item syndrome. Okay, good dodge and some. Well, just didn't hit. Now the BKB on Wind Ranger, which is 400 gold away. Need to blink there on Legion. 300 gold away. And just always this. We need this and this.
Like that shard as well.
Yeah. Now Sven already has his BKB for a good minute. Can't use it. And
now they're in a rush.
This could catch them at a really bad time here. Wind Ranger needs 100 gold for his BKB.
They're under the guys of my shadow. Arrow comes in onto an illusion X Nova.
It's not the fastest, but fighting into this pit is really damn scary. It would have to be all Sven. And Sven can still get owned by Razor.
Silence through.
Going in.
God strength BKB. Ravage avoiding. Right click's coming through in a Sylar, but he hasn't hit anybody with the BKB duration.
Big mistake
And he just
by
runs
Ehome.
out.
Yeah, he didn't. He messed up Madness before he stunned anyone. Big blunder.
Arrow comes in, hits on the Roche, and look at the just Ehome.
Oh, the big dog.
Blood. And they're going to have an Earth Splitter come through. DQ weeping away. Faith Beyond not so fortunate.
Bravery and
I
strength.
mean, Ehome is known to be very inconsistent, and we can just see again why. Like, he just ran in with Mom activated, couldn't obviously stun anyone, and used his BKB for nothing.
Through one right click.
Yeah, on the Juggernaut. And he said, okay, that didn't hurt too much.
Aegis is still mine.
Yeah. Like, Sven is one of those heroes you have to be really careful in what sequence you press your buttons.
Right.
If you press it up too early before your wall cry, before your stun, potentially even before you ult, then
For the tankiest hero, Chalice. And now they've got the Yules into the arrow. The Hex comes out from Fade. Shackle out of the Death Prophet.
this is not doing any damage.
And BKB pop right up into stay as the static link is there. And they're going to Omni Slash. They'll look to get the kill. Bounces to the neutral zone. Jinky for a second. Fade Beyond. Presses the attack, but he's still just running forward, looking over at Fade. He ignored Sylar, and now he's put himself in a good spot. Arrow comes through on the Chalice. Shackle connects onto the Tide Hunter. Faith Beyond still looking like he's gonna die here. They lose Jinkyu. Faith Beyond runs, but I'm not sure he gets out of it. Going forward, anchor swing, and Faith Beyond gone.
Not fast enough. They're bleeding off a lot of heroes here. The past 2 minutes, a lot of misplays from LGD, all adding up. Juggernaut is closing in to the Sven, and wow, the Razor even surpassed him now.
Yeah, and Sven was certainly in a spot where he could have just
Dire's
made
top tower is
great
under
work
attack.
of this, and had they taken that Roach fight a little bit better, but now this sets up for
Radiant
Ehome
structures
to just
are
take a tier 2
fortified.
tower up top. And when you look at some of the blunders from LGD, I'm not sure what Faith Beyond's doing, continuing to just run over at Fade, like thinks he can
Dire's
get
top
that kill.
tower has fallen.
He wanted to blink on him, but his blink got disabled by the Juggernaut Maelstrom proc. He didn't realize it fast enough and still kept running towards him, but yeah, like in a game like this, if Razor and Sven are so closely contested in terms of net worth, Sven will have a very hard time getting away from this guy. The Asha now completed on the Razor, so he's sitting at, how much movement speed is there gonna be? Quarter something?
Allies disappear.
2K lead now, Ehome's direction.
Yeah, and now they're smoking out. Ravage is already off cooldown though. Sven picked up the blink dagger.
For the sweep. Lands. He could be on the back lines. Go. This is just an elder type. Static Link trying to run now. BKB Popeye nothing to say.
Big Ravage is an issue.
Forward and Chalice looking for the opportunity to maybe throw a Ravage here. Shackle connects. Exorcism.
Okay, another pretty big blunder here from LGD.
Just pressing.
That's what he did, yeah. I mean, at least you can say, let me farm this jungle creeps now.
Back to top of the net worth. You give him a kill, you give him an opportunity, and he does gain gold and gets back to the top, but like...
I gotta admit though, from what I've seen there when he jumped to Titan, you know, the last button presses maybe a little bit in his head, because he was pretty slow on pressing all the buttons.
Mules into the air, Hex.
Dead. DP.
Nothing the Death Prophet can do.
Death Prophet.
Very dead.
Very dead.
And these BKB charges are, you know, it's getting low. It's getting low for Ehome.
Not as bad as it used to be with 5 seconds. But this is also not the biggest amount.
Radiant's top tower
only
is
10
under
dual
attack.
damage. Haven't really seen the opportunity for him to get a good duel off. Sven is almost level 18, so almost has the level 3 in the God Strike.
Yeah. The network advantage is only 2K. We haven't really seen any cohesive team play from LGD this game.
Something we worried about in the previous game. We said that it felt like they were a little bit off in terms of their execution.
Dire's middle tower
And they made
is
it
under
work
attack.
because they had a lot of individual plays to make. This game is not that case. Like, you gotta play very well as a unit.
He just expires. So LGD were looking for that timing. Death Prophet. Way out and around, and Illusion Rune picked up.
Senti there though.
Senti right there. Yule's blink forward, gush for the anchor smash. Spirit Siphon. Wise pretty tanky on the other side though. Power shot to kill off Fade. That's a dual victory. They'll go for Chalice. They'll land the arrow. Have anything more? He can just step up and ravage.
They fortified him again. There's like 5th fortify on the Tide Hunter this game.
And for the Earth Splitter, they've got themselves a ravage from BKB. Popeye nothing to say, as well as Ehome. Tension goes out on the Chalice. Do they have the deck? Static Link got him spent. Now he's doing the hang because he no longer has BKB. Chalice surviving his Ehome. Dominating! Nothing to say without the BKB. They'll get the kill on the Windrunner. Double kill for Sylar. XM dominating 2, and it's 16-5 Ehome. 8 beyond.
Yeah, on the run again as usual.
Has the shard.
Dire's turret
Take
has
a
been
blink away.
killed.
It will die. They're focusing on Chalice. Focus fire.
Like
And
4 or 5 times in a row already. I'm not sure what they're thinking. Every time they
Dire's
initiate on the
middle
wrong
tower
target, you
is
can see
under
here again.
attack.
Focus by
Dire's
him.
middle tower
Perfect
has
bait by
fallen.
Chalice, if you can even call it that. Good ravage in the back line. And just look what happens to Sven once his wall cry and BKB runs out. He gets eaten alive.
what's the mindset here when you see this? Because we see this a lot in games where you're constantly putting your attention onto the tankiest heroes.
I really don't know. Like, usually you do it once, you're like, okay, that didn't work. And he's just gotten so many more items since then. He's sitting at 2.5k with evasion, with good armor, with a hood. You can't touch this guy.
The only one who has farm on the side of LGD is Sven.
Yeah. Like, I expected Wind Ranger to have at least 1 more damage item at this point. Completed Daedalus, maybe even an NKB. There's nothing like that on the deck at all. Now, I'm not saying they can't win anymore. They have a lot of burst damage potential still, but they need to get out the 2 Daedaluses. Daedaloxosis. Daedaloxegon. The teaching of Daddy.
Wombo.
Wombo Dumbo.
Data Wombo.
Anyway, moral of the story is, right now, you're trying to dodge fights, trying to split push. However, problem is, that little guy called Shadow Shaman
Dire are
with the blink
scanning.
and ether lens. Good luck split pushing.
Yeah.
Big smoke up once more. Ravage up in 10. One more team fight loss could potentially seal this game. Juggernaut
seen
and
quick
KB
GGs.
finished. That means one Omnis on the Wind Ranger. She's gone. Potentially even the Sven, really. Like, he's dealing so much damage now.
Blade Mail for the Legion does have that shard. We'll see how much the shard impacts this game.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by how little impact Fabian has had after this easy lane.
Roche could be the turnaround. And it is soon. You've got both nothing to say as well as Ehome going into the dataless. Their damage output will be greater.
That's the right thing. You said will. But it's still quite far away. Roshan is not so far away. 2 minutes. Wind Ranger will not be able to finish dataless, and neither will Sven be. But they're still going to be lacking a whole lot of damage. I really just don't think you can fight without those two dataless. I feel really uncomfortable saying that.
Data lie, I think.
Data lie. He has 2 data lie.
Damage.
Sounds like a flower.
Yeah.
Can you bring me the data lie from the Mount Fuji?
A beautiful data lie.
Yeah. How would it look like? Red?
Red.
Like a red lily?
Yeah.
Ish.
With golden petals.
Or probably more spiky.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They'll go for the outpost. Again, not sure LGD feel comfortable fighting, but it does look like they want to fight. They smoked just a moment ago.
Ooh. Was about to drop the wards and ward trap him. They were like, nope. And then I thought he popped BKB, but nope.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Roche still not up.
Just the press.
Ooh.
They need to win this team fight.
Radiant are
And
scanning.
they're scouted out.
Radiant's middle
They
tower
have been
is under
scouted.
attack.
They have to win this team fight, but how? This lineup in the pit is so scary to fight into. You have a 5k gold advantage, at the pit it's 15k.
Yeah.
If not more.
Ravage or Splitter.
Yeah, and they have
Radiant's
2
middle
BKBs
tower
only.
is under attack.
The last time they used KP. Yeah, see that missing. Couldn't stun anybody. They've got the duel out on the Shadow Shaman. They'll get the kill once again on a fade. That's 50 duel damage. Chow's moving forward. Exorcism was used. This is fighting into the Ehome side. They're waiting on the high ground. Plasma field. That's what they're waiting for. Trying to TP out. Now Chow's moving forward. Omni/use. Bouncing onto water. Not doing any damage.
Oh no!
The Omni's wasted. They'll still get the kill on the Death Prophet, or will they? Force that. Why? Ending perfectly away. KB's been popped as well. Got the range to get the Sidewar, and now he's in a lot of cones. Oh my god! Ehome! They absolutely killed him! They end up losing Sidewar, 2Q with the arrow, that hits on the Chalice. Up into the air, there's no range, but he's still out putting a lot of damage. He's got to try to run. The plasma field goes away, and they get the kill to X him. Alright, 3 heroes dead here on the side of Ehome, but LGD, they still need to be careful. They don't have a lot of health remaining on nothing to say, as well as Faith Beyond. Moving forward for this might not be the wisest idea, but Roche is up.
I'm so shocked by the misplays coming out of Ehome. He stunned the Mantle Cell illusion of the Juggernaut and right-clicked that, and they got absolutely blown to shreds.
He did.
Like, this is the second massive blunder around the Roche pit by Ehome. His team managed to salvage the fight still, but you gotta shape up. You're not in this game. Like, you cannot afford any more of these misplays. Because they're not difficult misplays, you know? Oh,
Chalice
did that for damage?
They've got themselves the shackle shot, so they still can finish him off. They don't get the dual damage, but that's fine. That's no top for 70.
Radiant's
70,
top
yeah.
tower
And
is
he
under
was level
attack.
18, I believe, from Wind Ranger. Focus fire up in 10. He has Daedalus completed now.
That 5k lead is gone.
Yeah. It was a very questionable Omni slap to begin the fight with on
Radiant's
the
top
DP.
tower has fallen.
And they still somewhat managed to salvage it on the back of a great Ravage. Yeah, it's still anyone's game. Once the Daedalus on Sven is finished, people can die in seconds. Well, milliseconds even. Another big
I
smoke
mean,
up.
it just happened to the
Are they just going into the pit again? They do. And that's under smoke. But they know. They must know. They're not pushing on any lanes.
Yeah, they're coming over. But Chalice is leading the front lines. He doesn't have Ravage right now.
Fire on the blood.
Hammer got straight. Going after Simon. They're going to go after Simon. They have the damage. They're killing the GQ. They also taking out Ehome. The damage is just too much on this thing. It's going to be the side of Ehome's. Ooh, Radiant get the kill on it. The Age is still in the back. Finally picked up by Sylar. Y is dead. 4 gone on LGD. Another blunder.
Offense.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to say. It's... Yeah. LGD. He got arrowed 5 seconds on the Juggernaut.
And they didn't kill him.
Look at this arrow fly through. This Juggernaut should die.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's the massive series of blunders from this LGD side. From everyone. Not just Ahmed, but a lot of people are making very basic mistakes right now.
Dire's middle barracks.
They seem to be very flustered.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Now what do you have left in the tank? Reynolds up at 30.
Top
Not
tower
impactful.
is under attack.
Like at this point you can't even blame him anymore for not having impact in those fights. That's just how Sven is built. He's built differently. It's all eyes on nothing to say. No.
Radiant's
Got the
top
Daedalus.
tower is under attack.
We need a good schedule. They need to blow up. Juggernaut has ages, so they can't blow him up. Okay, Chalice is blinking aggressively on the high ground. Focus fire again on the Tidehunter. It's just doing nothing.
It's like it's to zone.
Like, what do you expect to change after the good time?
Shackle doesn't connect. Jug moves forward. On the flash,
nice
reflected
Lotus.
with the Lotus. Really well done. Serpent Ward's committed. Why? He was calling them for a second. Now, you're kind of giving up things that'll help you to take the high ground.
Yeah, that Omni Slash was, I mean, it was a good idea. It was a great counterplay by Faith Bian, but I gotta say, I don't think it was necessary to even try that. Like, just hit the tower with your Aegis, with the healing ward. You basically just gave him 2 minutes of breathing time, which was pretty unnecessary.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
Another smoke up. They know that there's no Omni Slash, so it's now or never. Focusing the Juggernaut is a bad idea. They need to go around.
He's got the Aegis. You don't want to kill him first. If you can get around onto Fade once again, that would be the play. But he's in the trees. He's in a great spot. Fade, he's spotted. Exorcism, silence, all comes through. Stormhammer for the 4-step is back. Now they'll go to the BKB with the power shot, but nothing to say. Taking a lot of damage. XM trying to go into defending. Still with Rami. He's going to be dead with Rami. XM gets the kill. Y came out quickly. Nothing to say is gone. These heroes are done without buyback except for Y. The damage coming out from XM is so
Radiant's
much.
courier has been killed.
Yeah, his network is also massive. This is one of the biggest raiders I've seen in a very, very long time.
They have buybacks available, but they don't have God Strength to work with. Ravage is down, Omni's down, everything down right now for... They want to go for the tier 4. And is holding the buyback.
Even if you buy back, you have no God Strength. There's nothing you can do. But if you don't buy back, there might not be a game to play anymore.
Listen to the hacks, press the attack, match community. They've got one tier 4.
Perfect.
Arrow comes in, lands on the jug, but there's no follow-up once again. And that'll be the second tier 4 gone. Ancient now exposed.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Hammer lands. And he did finally buy back, but he bought back as the tier 4s are gone. No towers to fight under. They've got the Hex. The arrow will come through, lands at a challenge. The attack of the man community. Why trying to run away? Spirit Siphon keeping him alive. They've got the full stance. The first shield Ancient getting low. They've got the Serpent Wards hitting it. They land the sweep. They're ignoring the side of LGD, and LGD's ignoring them, just allowing them to take the Ancient and win the game. So we're tied at 1, and it's just been a massive amount of blunders there from LGD
From
that
both
allowed
sides, really.
Ehome to win the game. Yeah.
Yeah.